The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
When my mother, Elazar Shalom, today, we're talking about my mother. When my mother, Elazar Shalom, was diagnosed with her final illness, Nebuch, a very severe form of cancer, she, by rights, most people who have this, I don't want to say what it is in case Chas Hashem, somebody listening has it, and I take away their hope, I don't want to, but it was a form of cancer that, you know, you look at the statistics, most people are not around within 6 months to a year, they're gone. We know a number of people who were diagnosed either at that time or subsequently. None of them made it past 6 months, pretty much. And her doctor, a physician, a wonderful, wonderful doctor, Dr. Mark Arden-Schwartz, Tzaddik Yesod Elam, a fabulous doctor, and a Tzaddik Yesod Elam, and Dr. Arden-Schwartz said, either to me or to one of my siblings, I don't remember which one, he had the greatest admiration for my mother. He loved her spunk, her attitude, her happiness. And when we spoke to him about this new diagnosis, he said, listen guys, I want to tell you something. I know you guys are probably falling apart. I know you guys are probably, you know, depressed and demoralized, and how can it be your incredible mother is now going to face such a difficult disease to beat. But he said, more than anything, what your mother has going for her is she has got an incredible, happy, freilich attitude to life. So he said, I am asking you, I know it's hard for you. You got to get a hold of yourselves and don't take her down. You guys cannot be crying to her. You can't be saying, Ma, this is so hard for you. You have got to be happy. When you're in her presence and when you're dealing with her, you've got to pick her up. Allow her to be happy. Allow her to retain her simchas hachayim, because that simchas hachayim will be worth more than the chemo. It'll be worth more than the pump. It'll be worth more than all the medicines that we can give her. Will be her simchas hachayim and her incredible, you know, desire to fight. And he said, don't take that from her. And we worked very hard. It was very, very hard on all of us to be able to muster that type of inner strength, that when we're with our mother, we will only be positive and upbeat. And sometimes it was so hard. We watched her. She was going through so much pain, so much physical pain. I shared this once. There was times, some days after she would get a certain injection that she had to take once every couple of weeks to build up her white blood cell count. After that, she would get a pain in her neck. Rabbi said, I don't wish it on my worst enemies. It was so painful that she had to sit in a special chair. We bought a special chair for her, and that chair would support her. She would have to sit for many, many hours in the day, not moving her head. If she so much moved it, a centimeter, her head, she would be in just unbearable pain. But we were upbeat, we were positive. Ma, let's go, we can do this, let's go out to eat, let's take you here, let's buy you this, let's do that, let's buy something new. Everything was always. Why? Because that simchas hachayim that she faced, that simchas hachayim with which she faced this incredible monumental challenge, she was not nifter in 6 months. She was around after a year. She was around 2 years. 2.5 years later, she finally succumbed to this disease that knocks most people out in 3 to 6 months. Gewist, they're done. Why? Because she knew how to face up to her challenges and didn't let them get her down. Now, Be'ezus Hashem, nobody should ever have to face such types of challenges. We should never have to do that. But we see from the story of Noach, the Rebbeinu Shalom doesn't want you going on and saying, what can I do to drink away my sorrows? That's not the answer. The answer is, the world I knew is gone. This is my new reality. Let me go face every day with a strength, with a moral strength, and it can be done. Noach could do it. And all the people who survived the Holocaust, and they went on, they didn't fall down. The only reason any of us are here is because of Holocaust survivors who saw their entire world be destroyed, and they said, we're not looking backwards, we're looking forward. Believe you me, we will never in a million years begin to fathom the pain, the loss, the suffering that these people had. Ever. We couldn't possibly. And yet, they picked themselves up, remarried, rebuilt their families, rebuilt their lives, rebuilt their parnasa, screamed at night from nightmares, but during the day they put on makeup, put on a shaitel, put on decent suits, smiled and faced the world like real people. And that's what we have to do. And that's what every person has to do. And if you're finding it a little hard, you're not married yet, say, Rabbi Shalom, thank you for this opportunity. I'm going to develop some mental toughness. And with that mental toughness, I'm going to be prepared for the next mountain. And with that mental toughness, I'm going to be prepared for my next mountain. Hashem will never give you a mountain you can't climb. Every mountain will be a little steeper than the one before. Sometimes they'll be a little less. But the Rabbi Shalom is building you to face the battles of life. The more you sweat and practice, the less you'll bleed in battle. Please keep that in mind.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org